This is the greatest sleeper PC that we have ever made. It's fast. In fact, it's so fast, it's actually thermodynamically impossible in such a tiny case. That is, unless, yes. Meet Bunta, an unassuming sleeper with a lot going on down below. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, know what I mean. We're about to show you how she's built, and thanks Seasonic for sponsoring this video. First things first, I want to spoil the surprise. Bunta here is going to be getting a water cooling enema. That's right. The way we're planning to cool this sleeper PC, because the truth is, as beautiful as our Sony Vaio PCV RS100 enclosure is, there just isn't enough room for the kind of cooling that we're gonna need for an RTX 3090 and a Ryzen. This better be a 5950X 16 core. Heck freaking yeah. So, Bunta is gonna get a little coolant injection in the butt, and it might not end up being in the butt.
You introduced more than I was expecting.
Because I pay attention in our meetings?
What? You weren't even in this meeting.
I had a meeting. No, I had a meeting with you about the
Well, we got a lot of water cooling stuff. A lot more water cooling stuff than I asked for. So we need to come up with a bit of a plan. Like, I have a basic theme. I want this to be kind of like Trueno looking. But yeah, we have a lot of water cooling stuff.
For real though, why are there like 8 full bottles?
I have no clue.
Oh.
I didn't ask for any of this.
Oh, wait, there's more than 8. Oh my God, there's so many. What even? I figured it out. There's someone there who actually watches our videos. So this is probably enough for us to have no excuses to not use a fill bottle anymore.
I guess so, but then when are we going to plug lttstore.com water bottles?
Yeah, sorry Alphacool.
Yeah.
It's a PCIe riser kit.
Sure.
Is it that for this?
No.
Check this out. If we do a vertical GPU mount, right? We actually get all of this space here for GPU mounting. And then we can do our water-cooled entry points at the back here, on the bottom of the back. And then it can basically come straight up into the back of the GPU, straight up to the CPU, super clean. And then come right back down there.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, like that could be sick. Man, we could probably even do the pump and reservoir internally too, which would make filling it a lot easier.
3090 ROG Strix. Oh, that poor graphics card is finally going to get a proper GPU block. Oh, if it can fit, this going like right in there would be sweet.
That would be amazing. How on earth would we fill it?
That's a problem
Okay, hold
for
on.
later.
I got a pitch for you. We take a big fat drill bit, we go straight through the optical drives, and we run a tube to this, and we put a stop fitting.
Okay, I can dig it.
Yeah, this is an odd spot for these fittings here.
Yeah, I really wish they had it so that you just came off of this into this.
So we're gonna go up into here. What, frickin' out over to here? Now to, Mr. Tivy, your thoughts on the...
I think that's what you call a bad design.
Thanks, Mr. Tivy.
Let's just get the old crap out of here. Get some space for our new components. I could probably just rip this off and it will be fine, but I'm really scared that I'm just gonna break all the clips. This whole case is just riveted together. There's no real way to repair it without destroying it first. Oh. Excellent. Does this have light piping for the Vaio logo? I wonder if we can replace this right here with an RGB LED. Don't need that again. What? We need to get rid of the cage anyway, so I guess they're coming out together. There we go. Screw you, Mr. Drive. I'm going back to Free Geek. This is the front I/O that we were supposed to use in the all-wood PC. Might be perfect for this. You'll need a bit of massaging, and we don't need a power button. But that's gonna work great. For the motherboard, we're going with the Crosshair 8 Impact, mostly because it's the largest AMD board that I could fit in this case that we had on hand. Our CPU is the Ryzen 9 5950X. Basically, can we still say it's the best CPU in existence now that the 12900K's out? My thoughts exactly, David. For RAM, we're going with Crucial Ballistics Max. These are each 16 gigabyte sticks, 4,000 mega transfers per second, CL18. Oh, I wish I hadn't brought Linus over. This would be so much easier if we didn't have to deal with this stupid thing. I do agree it's gonna look awesome, but this is gonna be a pain in the butt. If you haven't watched our Wish water-cooled PC, you absolutely should. One thing to note, in that video, the pump seemed to be working fine. After 2-3 hours of use, it started sounding like gravel in a carburetor. It's terrible. Because this is the GPU that we shunt modded and volt modded, we have these headers sticking off of the back that allow us to access the I2C. Now, I could just remove those headers, but I want to keep them there, and we can probably overclock the balls out of this thing once it's all set up with the 480 rad. So instead, I'm very sorry, Alphacool, we're drilling a couple holes in their backplate. Fortunately, I already have drilled some holes in the stock air cooler backplate for this card, so I can just pick those up, put them onto this, and we should be good to go. Heck yeah, look at that. We now have easy access to those. This is gonna be one fast GPU. Oh, there we go. Water blocks on and the back plate's on. This thing looks sweet. This is going to be such a fast graphics card. Wow, that's kind of tight. Look at the clearance on this GPU right now though. Yeah, it looks good to me. It needs a tiny bit of cleanup, but this is gonna work.
Is it test fit time?
It's getting close. I have the loop basically planned out, but it was a huge pain in the butt. The biggest problem was just that everything's really close.
Yeah, I see. Wow, this doesn't not really fit in there.
Yeah, the problem is that if we don't use the vertical mount, it also doesn't really fit in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like we have to cut away the back plate and
Yeah.
probably lose this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much all of our problems are being caused by the back plate cooling.
Yes.
Without that, it would be much, much easier.
This is genius level backplate fitting placement design work here.
And so when the pump is this way, like you might think would make sense,
Yeah.
it's too close to both of these and just doesn't work.
Cool.
So you flip it around
Backwards.
like that.
Yep.
So it comes sort of across, down the back,
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
then up into here.
And then straight
Go from
across
there.
to here.
No, into there.
Oh, into
that
here.
one's gonna suck. It's gonna be a weird little bendy thing.
Okay. Oh my God, you didn't. Why are you so determined to keep the shunt mod on here? It doesn't even like work properly.
No, that's for the voltage controller. We can up the voltage.
But
Our last couple sleepers, we haven't really painted them because, you know, you want them to just look like a crappy old PC. This one, though, is going to look like the original sleeper. Look at that, David. Nicholas made up the design, and he's going to walk you through how he's going to paint it like that.
First, we figured out a scale for the wonderful lttstore.com in katakana. We figured out this size will be the best on the side. But we're gonna paint this chassis nice matte black. The front is gonna have the black and white stripes. Then yeah, we're just gonna take it over here into our dirty spray booth and spray everything. So see how shiny this is? This is not good for paint. One, it's dirty. Two, paint doesn't have anything to grab onto. So we need to go through, scuff it with 100 or 150 grit sandpaper, and that'll give enough grab for the paint.
is this the desk? We're just gonna send it?
Yes.
This is the tiny little desk we're using?
Yeah. Serge built it yesterday. It's a great little desk.
All right, good job, Serge.
It does need these to be trimmed, but
Yeah, that's fine. That's minor.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go with like? You know what? We should use that LG like 1x1 monitor or whatever.
why?
Because it's sleeper, but it's modern, right?
No, we should just use a good monitor.
It would match the aesthetic though. And then we use like a Model M, so it's like stealthily an awesome keyboard, you know?
Or we could just use a good monitor.
Ah,
This goes in here somewhere. Somewhere like that.
okay. Oh, it's gonna have a leg warmer.
Oh yeah, well.
Kind of there, right?
I was thinking we'd mark it, but sure.
Okay. I see. Oh, perfect. There we go.
Linus didn't think I'd take the time to properly 3D print some parts, but he forgot one key thing. I have a fancy new 3D printer. This is the HS3 from Pantheon Design, and it is freaking fast. The head experiences 1 G of acceleration, making this Prusa right here look like it is standing still. It is still in beta and quite finicky, but get subscribed because we're gonna get a new print head soon that should fix most of those issues, and then we're gonna make a full video on this thing. Oh, and it's printing this fast while using carbon reinforced Petchy. Freaking crazy. Oh, these look awesome. Look at that bracket, that is very sturdy. I wonder if my measurements for this guy are correct. Let's go check. Our first 3D printed part is on, and now we're going to attach the radiator. The main reason why I'm doing these right now is because it's Friday, we need to finish this project today, and this is the sort of fiddly crap that can blow up our entire project if you do it when you're in a rush at the end of the day.
After spending way too much time painting, then remasking, using the Cry-Cut to stencil this out instead of by hand. My hands are steady, but not that steady. I think it's time for us to do paint.
So you want to pull it off when it still is wet instead of a bit drier?
We don't want to peel the paint with the tape. So it's not fully dry, but it's not very wet. We can touch it.
That's a crispy line.
Frog tape for the win.
I am really happy with this mount. My other plan was to just grab some of the crappy L brackets from over there and just send it. I'm glad I did it the right way. Look at this, I can probably pick up the whole table.
Don't do it. Oh!
From here, putting the PC together shouldn't be too difficult. The thing that's going to make or break this is if I forget to do something that's hidden. Like for instance, if I forget to put an SSD in the motherboard, the GPU and a whole bunch of other things, like all the water cooling tubing, will need to come out. Front IO is just gonna get attached with some pop rivets. Just need to line it up and send it with the screwdriver. Should be fine. For storage, we're going with 4 terabytes of Sabrent Rocket 4. So this is a PCI Gen 4 SSD, and it should be super fast. It also is going into this DIM.2, which is kind of weird, but also makes sense because it allows you to have 2 M.2s and also some extra fans and RGB without taking up too much space on this already incredibly small board. The DIM.2 sticks out a lot further than I was expecting. So hopefully it doesn't hit our GPU backplate. If it does, it's not a huge deal. We can just remove the audio, but it does suck not to have front panel audio. No, it's fine. Totally good. I was really hoping I could just stash these cables down like that, but the pump interferes with it, unfortunately. So it's gonna have to go like up in here somewhere. It's gonna look nasty. All of the front panel stuff is on. Now these LEDs right here are from an Arduino kit because I need to figure out the polarity of the ones that we had. Plugged it into this power supply and immediately just blew it up with like 1.5 volts. Anyway, these should work just fine. Right here though, I want to stick a single RGB LED, and it should, with the light piping, light up this Vaio logo, and it's gonna look sweet. We're now at the point where tubes are about to go in, and when they go in, nothing else can leave. So, for instance, I need to do this tube from the back of the reservoir out down to the radiator, and once that's in, I can no longer access that tube or any of the front I/O stuff because it's going to be totally blocked by the reservoir. I know we've talked about all of the horrible stuff that we've done to our GPU a couple times, but every single time we've used it, this power supply has also been in there. It's a PX 1300 watt from Seasonic. They sponsored this video, and yeah, it survived the shunt mod, survived wish water cooling. It's gonna survive this, and it has a 12-year warranty, so if it doesn't, you can just give them a call. One thing we're going to do that I normally wouldn't recommend is disable hybrid mode. So that, when it's on, allows for this fan to turn completely off. We don't want that though, because I'm going to just install another fan here that's an intake, and this fan's going to be our only outtake exhaust. It takes up a lot of room. This is a massive power supply for this case. I guess it's our last bit. The GPU is finally going to go in. Now, this is going to be very difficult. So we need to, first of all, connect our PCI Express cable. That's easy. But then, as it goes in, we need to connect 2 tubes simultaneously, and at the same time, not move it around too much because I am double-sided taping it to the bottom. So once it's in, it can't move. Doesn't quite want to grab. Piece of crap. Oh, I think we need to go out and back in. I can't get these fittings to work out. Ha 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 ha. That is without a doubt the most difficult GPU to install that I've ever experienced. Just want to test to make sure that there's no leaks in this. It would be, I don't need to tell you how bad it would be. It would be very bad. All right, we're right at 1 bar. Let's leave it for a minute. It's not moving, we're good. It's finally time to fill it, and I guess, David, we have to use one of Alphacool's sinks that they sent. We got so many. Ugh, think one of these is good? Probably should use 2.
I think, yeah, the other one.
Yeah. You can dual wield them.
Oh, not that one, the other one.
Oh, okay. This one?
Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
okay. Well, that's not a good first sign.
Plugging it in might be better.
Yeah, we need to do that. Thank you, David.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a lot of RGB. I don't see any leaks immediately. Not that I'm concerned, we already did leak test it. It isn't posting, which is fine. I'm gonna update the BIOS, install Windows and stuff. I'll see you in probably like 4 hours when it's ready.
A few moments later.
Well, bad news. I have updated the BIOS, and I'll just turn it on here to show you. Nothing happens. We can leave it here for a couple minutes, but I'm not gonna get a display out, and I'm almost sure that I know why. I've confirmed that we have a PCI Gen 3 riser cable for this, and it's a PCI Gen 4 GPU and motherboard. I foresaw this being a problem, but in the past, it hasn't really been a problem because you can just hop in the BIOS, change it in there, and it's fine. Problem is, AMD are stupid and don't give you integrated graphics, so I can't do that, which means we have to pull all of this out and drain the loop. I have a terrible idea though that might make my life a little bit easier. It involves this GT 730, the only time it's ever gonna be good for something. My thought is that if I can move this GPU a bit and get this out, I should be able to plug in our GT 730, use that to switch the BIOS. Oh, this is double-sided taped in. Jeez. There's water in the computer. That's not great. I don't see anything that's leaking, which means it's probably the GPU backplate. Either way, this isn't working and I need to pull the whole thing apart. So that sucks. Oh wow, there's a lot. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
That must be from the pump. I'll see you in a day when this is working again. Holy crap, it's working. It was not very easy. I took the whole GPU out, replaced the riser cable, reinstalled it. It wasn't quite as hard as last time because I used a bunch of lube on the fittings and then kind of just slotted in instead of like being very difficult. Always use lube, very important. Then I got it to work for a bit and then it stopped working and I troubleshooted it for about 2 hours. I fixed it by blowing compressed air in it. I have no clue why it works now. Anyway, I think it looks frickin' sweet. This thing's amazing. Big moment here, we finally get to install this. Oh, this is easily my favorite sleeper we've ever done. It's been Margaret for such a long time because that thing was a beast, but Bunta takes the cake for sure.
That's good looking.
Damn.
Wow, that RTX 3090 is running at over 800 watts, but how?
It should be burning up, but GPU temps have barely broken 40 degrees.
Amazing. It gives me goosebumps. A near perfect example of a sleeper PC.
Wow. That is not very good. It looks too awesome.
What?
It's not sleepery. It looks freaking insane.
This is the original sleeper, Linus.
I love it. That's so cool. You made the Vaio RGB. Oh man, it looks too legit. You goofed. You goofed. It's too good.
Oh, and speaking of legit, do you know what actually works for once?
The front I/O.
Yeah.
You put Type-C on it.
Yeah.
You put Type-C on it, Alex. This may be the worst sleeper you've ever built, but it's the best computer. And however I might have felt about those fitting positionings on the back plate, this looks absolutely incredible. How's cooling performance? I see you're using the 92 mil as an intake. Do we have any exhaust?
The power supply.
Oh.
It's not in hybrid mode anymore, so the fan's going.
Got it. And then I guess you're really pulling most of the heat out to here with the quad 120 millimeter Alphacool radiator. Wow, you did a great job with this bracket. That's not as amazing, but
Yeah, I was hoping we'd shoot this from the other direction so you wouldn't see that.
yeah, we didn't.
Now, you did request the fans point that way. I don't know how I feel about the fanny fan, but
Yeah, it doesn't really warm you. It's such a big radiator that the air it's blowing is not really that warm. It's more distracting. May have found a slight oversight. Did you ever actually try to plug anything into these USB ports, Alex?
no.
It doesn't fit. Oh, well, you know what? Maybe we'll get it in there.
Yeah, I never tested it with the front panel on.
Yep, that's okay. My crotch is cooled. When those fans kick in, it's like got like a whooshing.
Yeah, it's an interesting feeling.
Yeah.
Initial D kind of car.
Initial D? What's an initial D?
It's the anime that the sleeper's based on.
I mean, it's black and white. Okay, so it's this one here?
Go for that one.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Whoa, Nelly. I am all over the place here, boys. I'm in 5th and I'm all over the place. What even is this? It's like I'm on ice. This is ridiculous. Woo! Oh my goodness. Woo! This is ridiculous. I'm doing donuts in 4th. That's just wrong.
How's that wrong? That's awesome.
Do the wheels even have a direction that they go?
Well, you control your steering with the right trigger.
And I control this message from our sponsor.
It's Seasonic.
Oh yeah, it's sponsored by Seasonic.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Seasonic, they make great power supplies. They're quiet. You can configure them with or without their zero fan hybrid fan mode. They have fantastic warranties. This particular one has a 12-year warranty. It could actually last longer than your car. They got fully modular power supplies, super efficient ones. What more could you want? Check them out at the link down below. Thank you, Seasonic, for sponsoring this video. They sponsor lots of cool projects around here. Good people. Good people, good power supplies. What more can you ask for?
This is a good tune, you're just bad.
Oh, I've no doubt. No doubt.